Welcome back, everybody, to the Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14. As today the Hornets kick off their title defense against their rivals, the Utah State Aggies. Westlake is entering the season with some drama. Obviously, starting quarterback Keith Fleming declared for the draft after last season, and Westlake is entering the season with a four-way quarterback battle. Well, now it is a three-way battle with quarterback Jake Grover transferring away. It won't stay between three players for long, however, as we do have some breaking news I would like to share. We have some breaking news out of Burmester, Utah, as redshirt freshman quarterback Joe Kilpatrick, who was competing for the starting job at Westlake, has been dismissed from the football team effective immediately. Kilpatrick was recently caught cheating on SAT tests in high school in order to get to the Westlake football program. Although it won't be revealed exactly how he cheated, Westlake head coach Mason Conway has stated in a press release, "We here at Westlake hold our student athletes to extremely high academic standards. What Joe did was unacceptable, and he will be dismissed from the football program effective immediately." Joe has told us that he plans to stay enrolled at Westlake this year and look to transfer for next season. Joe is a very bright young man, and we wish him nothing but the best, but for right now, our focus is on Utah State. So there you go. Joe Kilpatrick is out of the battle, and he is no longer with the Westlake football program, which means there are now only two players in this Westlake quarterback battle. True freshman Anthony Cortez III and true freshman CeCe Vaughn. These two guys were in high school last year and now will be competing for the starting quarterback position. Cortez will start today. He will play the first half, and CeCe Vaughn will play the second half. It doesn't really mean much that Cortez is starting, since neither of them have recorded a collegiate snap. Let's get this game underway. A lot of drama here in Burmester, and the Hornets have a quarterback situation they have to figure out as Westlake wins the coin toss, and they will start this season on defense per usual, so we're going to have to wait a little bit to see Anthony Cortez III on the field, but we do get to see a bunch of new defensive starters. Westlake's starting defense has 10 underclassmen. The only junior or senior starter on defense is defensive tackle Big Tuna Richard Rivers Jr. A few true freshmen starting on defense as well, including defensive end Jabari Achabe and linebackers Lou Burt's Roy and Gordon Waters Key, as Westlake immediately gets a stop here to open up the game. It's Big Tuna Richard Rivers Jr. bringing down the quarterback Nick Gibson for a loss of 4. The initial hit by redshirt freshman defensive back Michael Hopkins. 3rd and 6. Gibson keeps it again, and he loses 4 more. Brandon Ralph, the sophomore, brings him down. Ralph will be playing in the nickel this year, and Westlake forces a stop. So here is the offense. Obviously, the quarterback battle is a big deal, but the player to watch is senior running back Isaiah Sparks. No matter who wins this quarterback battle, Sparks is going to have to carry the offense and have an elite season for Westlake, as his first run of the year goes for 9. Westlake has some other talented players in the backfield, including this young man, Irving Porter, who cuts to the outside with a nice run. Porter and Sparks are both seniors, and they're going to be a dynamic duo in this backfield, along with sophomore running back Matt Miller and freshman Tazwell Hubbard. Back to Sparks here on first down. He has a nice block, and there goes Isaiah Sparks down the field inside the 10, and he's tackled at around the 6 for a gain of 40. Welcome to the new season, Isaiah Sparks. An incredible block there on that play early on by freshman left guard Avery Horn, and Sparks did the rest. Isaiah Sparks was incredible at the end of last year, and he's off to a hot start this year as he finds the end zone for a Westlake touchdown. Expect to see Isaiah Sparks in the end zone a lot this season for Westlake. He had 13 rushing touchdowns last year as a junior, 11 of which came in the final 5 games of the season, and Westlake leads it 7-0. Utah State back on offense. Good start for the Hornets, as here's Nick Gibson on first down. He finds an open man. It's Nunez for a gain of 13. That was true freshman utility defensive back Jason Wilson with poor coverage on that play. Wilson is not a starter, but I do expect him to have a pretty big role this year on the defense. 3rd and 2 now for the Aggies. It's a handoff for Foster, and I barely got it. Utah State's moving the ball down the field slowly but surely here on this drive, and they are doing a pretty solid job. Again, it's third down, this time 3rd and 10 here for the Aggies. Gibson gonna look to throw it, and his pass is intercepted. What a play by Joe Lilly, getting the INT, and Westlake forces the turnover. Lilly played in the inside last year at corner as a redshirt freshman. This year, he will be playing on the outside. Westlake has a very young secondary, only made up of freshmen and sophomores. The same can be said about the linebacking core, as I previously mentioned. Big Tuna is the only non-freshman or sophomore starter on the defense. Good run there by Anthony Cortez for 11. Cortez did not throw or run on the first drive of the game, so we haven't really gotten to see him do much. Cortez now going out for a pass, scrambling to the right, and he connects with the senior, Cassius Troy, who makes a nice play after the catch. Troy down the field for a gain of 44. That is the first career collegiate pass of Anthony Cortez III. Cortez wearing number 15. That's the number Keith Fleming wore last year. Cortez and Fleming went to the same high school, which is certainly pretty cool. It'd be an interesting passing of the torch if Keith Fleming, who played at Ogden High, gets replaced by another former Ogden High player in Cortez. Not too long later, Cortez scrambling for the end zone. He connects with Kadarius Franklin for the touchdown. Franklin was teammates with the other starting quarterback contender, C.C. Vaughn, who we will see in the second half. That is Anthony Cortez's first career collegiate touchdown, and Westlake now leads 14-0 with 16 seconds left in the quarter. Third down, it's a screen for King, and he gets pounded in the backfield for a loss of 4. The true freshman from Spokane, Washington, Lubertz Roy, brings him down. That's a pretty fun name to say, as Roy certainly has some big shoes to fill with Ronald Benson now in the NFL. Roy is going to have to replace him at that middle linebacker position and hopefully do it at a high level. Westlake looking good early, 14-0. Anthony Cortez III looks pretty good, although he's only thrown like 2 passes so far. As let's advance now to the second quarter. 2nd and 2, the senior, Tegan Moon in motion, as it's a handoff up the middle for Isaiah Sparks, who makes a nice cut. Sparks still alive with a very nice run. Isaiah Sparks is going to be an animal this season. I think he is a legit contender for the Heisman Trophy, and he can certainly start a potential Heisman season off with a bang today. Sparks cuts to the right, into the end zone for a touchdown from 28 yards out. Westlake extends their lead. 2 touchdowns so far in the first half for Isaiah Sparks, who is wearing number 1, by the way. Isaiah Sparks has been with Westlake now for 3 years, and he's had 3 different jersey numbers. Wore 32 as a sophomore, wore number 8 last year, and is wearing number 1 this year because he's going to have to be the number 1 player on the field in order for Westlake to do anything. Here's the Utah State offense. King loses 3. It's another true freshman linebacker, Gordon Waters-Key, who played at Burmester High, the same high school as C.C. Vaughn, along with a number of current and former Westlake players, including Stephen and Carter Westwood, who are now both in the NFL. 3rd and 12, Gibson hit by the true freshman Jabari Achabe, who played at IMG Academy last year, and it's nearly intercepted by another true freshman in Lubertz Roy. Westlake is looking dominant so far. The offense seems to be in a good groove with Anthony Cortez, and the defense has been incredible. Cortez on first down connects with the speedy Tegan Moon down the field. Moon will stay in the inside. He was the number 4 receiver on the depth chart last year. This year, he will be the number 3 receiver and the main slot guy, replacing Dale McBride, who declared early for the NFL draft. 2nd and 6, Isaiah Sparks with the handoff, breaking a tackle, getting the first down inside the 5, and the Hornets are inching closer and closer to this end zone. Isaiah Sparks already over 100 yards on the day with 2 touchdowns. Irving Porter is the running back in the backfield here on 1st and goal. He gets the handoff and finds the end zone for a 2-yard touchdown, and Westlake now leads 28-0. Good run there by Porter, who's looked pretty good so far in his first game as a senior, and the Hornets are now up by 28 points. Utah State has it back. Their offense trying to do something, but King loses 3 more. It's for redshirt freshman Noel Payne, who brings him down. Hot start for Payne, who's looked really good early today. And Westlake's defense, even with losing a very large amount of their starters, are on fire so far. 3rd and 7, Gibson is sacked on the play. Jabari Achabe, the true freshman, brings him down. I'm very excited about Achabe's future. I think this kid is an extraordinary talent, and he gets his first collegiate sack. Westlake has it back. Probably the final drive we will see with Anthony Cortez at quarterback today, as Cortez on 2nd and 7 up the middle for Noah Cox for a gain of 16. I'm not sure what Cox's role on the offense will be this year, but he's going to be a guy who certainly gets increased snaps, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Cortez now on 1st down, going to scramble to the right side, going to try to run for the 1st down, and he does, sliding inside the 20. Like Keith Fleming, Cortez possesses a lot of very good mobile ability, and he's very athletic. Cortez now trying to toss it to Sparks, but he actually loses it. Sparks with a heads-up play, jumping on the football, but not before a loss of 4. Probably the first bad play today from Anthony Cortez. He's lucky that his teammate was right there. 2nd and 14, a dart for Cassius Troy, and that will bring Westlake inside the 10. And Anthony Cortez making up for his mistake in a big way. Joined by Sparks in the backfield here on 2nd and goal. Sparks gets the handoff and will find the end zone for a Westlake touchdown. Isaiah Sparks with 3 touchdowns here in the first half, and I imagine that will end Anthony Cortez III's day. CeCe Vaughn, another true freshman, will be in at quarterback for the remainder of the game. Utah State has it here with 15 seconds, just trying to do something on offense. Their offense has been atrocious today, as on 1st down, it's another loss of yards. The sophomore, Winston Johnson, with the play. Johnson, now the elder statesman in the linebacking room, even though he only has 1 year of starting experience. And Westlake leads it 35-0 after the first half. I know it seems like a good time to click off the video, but I'm sure we're all curious to see what CeCe Vaughn can do, and we're also going to get a good look at other backups in the second half, specifically at the wide receiver position, along with defensive line and linebackers. There's not a ton of depth at running back and secondary, so a lot of the starters, including Isaiah Sparks, should remain in the game. Sparks loses 2 to open up the 3rd quarter. Utah State's defense trying to make a statement early, but as you can see, the former Burmester High alum CeCe Vaughn is in at quarterback. This is Vaughn's first pass here on 2nd and 12 under pressure, and he is intercepted by Neal. Inside the 10, he will be shoved out of bounds by Vaughn at the 1-yard line. So Anthony Cortez did not throw an incompletion in the first half, and CeCe Vaughn already with his first collegiate pass, and it's an interception. It's not time to overreact. CeCe Vaughn's never played a college football game in his life, so you can't overreact yet, but I guess that's not an ideal start. 1st and goal, it's a toss to Poole for the touchdown, and Utah State is on the board. They only had a 1-play, 1-yard drive, but they were placed in front of the end zone, and they do score. So it is now 35-7, Westlake back on offense. Vaughn hands it off for Irving Porter. Porter to the right side, down the field. He will get 22 yards, and Irving Porter continuing to play very well today. He'll be a great change of pace back throughout this season for Isaiah Sparks. Following play, Vaughn trying to rebound after that shaky start. This is his first completion over to the new starting tight end, Lamar Gallagher, for a gain of 10. Nearly a 1st down. That was a really nice play after the catch by Gallagher. 3rd and inches, handoff from Matt Miller. Just his 2nd touch of the day, and it's a big one. Miller, the killer. 55 yards to the house. 53, excuse me, I apologize. For the touchdown. Expect Matt Miller to have an increased role in the offense this year. A super explosive and athletic player out of the backfield. The Westlake is back up by 35 as it is now 42-7. I'm surprised Miller has not gotten the ball a lot today, but making the most of his touches on that play. 3rd and 9 now for the Aggies. The defensive starters are still on the field, but I imagine this will be the last drive with the starters. Gibson is sacked by Big Tuna. Richard Rivers Jr., who leads all active players in college football with sacks. I believe Big Tuna currently has 24 now in his career. I could be wrong about that number. Westlake back on offense. 3rd and 2. The toss for Sparks is unsuccessful as he only gets 2. Unable to convert the 4th down. So normally on 4th and inches, Westlake would go for it, but instead they're going to kick the field goal, as it is good, from the junior Zebediah Phoenix II. Phoenix only missed 2 kicks in his first 11 games last year, but he missed 5 kicks in the final 3 games and was not good down the stretch. Another stop there by the defense. Lubert's Roy brought him down. I know Roy is a starter, but Westlake doesn't have a ton of depth at linebacker. So Westlake's defense get another stop, and they're back on offense. Risky throw by Vaughn into the hands of a redshirt freshman, Damian Rose, for a nice play. It seems like CC Vaughn is starting to get into a little bit of a groove as he's joined by redshirt freshman Tazwell Hubbard in the backfield. Hubbard makes a nice cut, brought down at the 25. Hubbard and Vaughn were teammates at Burmester High, so this is a little bit of a reunion for them here in college. Obviously, as I mentioned, Burmester High is a big pipeline for Westlake. First down now, Vaughn scrambling to the right side. He will connect. A tough throw for another former Burmester High Black Bear. It's Josiah Mendez with his first career collegiate catch. That'll do it for the 3rd quarter. 45-7 Westlake leads. Shaky start for CC Vaughn, but Vaughn is starting to play a little bit better as we now advance to the 4th quarter. 3rd and goal. Sparks is now the short yardage back this year as he finds the end zone for the touchdown, his 4th of the game. John Cummings was the short yardage back last year, but he has now graduated and is playing professionally in the NFL. Westlake leads 52-7, 4 touchdowns today for Isaiah Sparks. 3rd down, Gibson launching a prayer, and it's broken up by the freshman Michael Hopkins. Florentino Phoenix, the new starter at 3 safety in the area as well. And as you can see, just look at the graphics. Westlake has nearly 500 yards of total offense. Utah State has 32. I mean, Westlake's defense has been extraordinary today. Hornets back on offense, 2nd and 2. Vaughn sacked for a loss of around 10 yards. He had no time to throw it there. Henry Wright, the one who brought him down. So now it is 3rd and 10 here for Westlake. They probably should have just ran it on 2nd and inches. As Vaughn, a quick throw for Damian Purcell, his first career catch for a gain of 7. So now it's 4th and 3. Normally the Hornets would punt it, considering they're up by 45. But they do want to see what CC Vaughn can do in a 4th down situation. So that's why they're going for it. And Vaughn trying to fight for the 1st down, but he gets nothing. Actually might have lost a yard on the play. So Utah State gets a nice stop, and they have it back on offense past the 50. Utah State's offense has done nothing today, but they haven't really been granted good field position for what it's worth. Nick Gibson trying to open up with a run, but he is brought down. Michael Dubzinski with the initial contact, and Noel Payne finished him off. Noel Payne has had a really good debut today for Westlake, and I think he has an extremely bright future ahead for this Hornets team. His role is only going to go up as his career goes on as a member of this defense. 3rd and 15, short throw for Poole. He only gets around 10, chased out of bounds by Lubert's Roy, who's also had a pretty good debut today for the most part. I've been impressed with Roy. He's not as good as Ronald Benson yet, but I think he's a really talented player for a true freshman. 4th and 5, the conversion is successful for Utah State. Jay Moss gets around 12 yards and a 1st down for the Aggies as their offense playing for pride. You got to give Utah State a little bit of credit. They're still trying here down the stretch of this game with 4 minutes to go. Gibson looking to throw it. He connects with Apple on the play. Breaking tackles. What a play by Sarah Apple. A 29-yard touchdown. Utah State extends their lead. Sarah Apple's been quiet today. A player Westlake went after in recruiting a few years back as he broke multiple tackles there, and it's now 52-14. Westlake will recover the onside kick from Utah State. That's Josiah Mendez who picks it up. And again, normally Westlake would just chew clock here, but the Hornets want to see what they have in this true freshman, CC Vaughn. 2nd and 7, Vaughn, a strike for Kadaris Franklin. Nothing but green grass ahead, in for a touchdown. Kadaris Franklin caught the first career touchdown passes of both Anthony Cortez and CC Vaughn. That's pretty cool. 2 scores today for Franklin. He is impressed. And Franklin's going to have a pretty big role in the offense this year. I'm super excited to see what he continues to do. Probably been Westlake's best receiver today as the Hornets get a sack. David Anderson, the junior, brings down the QB for a loss of 9. 3rd and 19 now for the Aggies. It's going to be a screen. Gibson gets it to King, who's immediately brought down. A very nice play there from Joe Lilly. Normally, Lilly wouldn't be playing in this situation since he is a starter, but Westlake only has 4 cornerbacks on the entire roster. And now Westlake has it back with very good field position. This is the first play of the drive. They just had a really good punt return by Isaiah Sparks, who is returning kicks and punts this year. As CC Vaughn with a nice first down run, Hornets inching closer and closer to the end zone with around 1.5 minutes to go. 2nd and 8, handoff for Isaiah Sparks, touchdown number 5. Have yourself a game, Sparks, tying the school record for most rushing touchdowns in a game. I know Sparks has gotten 5 rushing touchdowns once, and I imagine Alex Ellis has done it a number of times because Alex Ellis is the greatest Westlake Hornet ever. And it is now 66-14 as this game winds down. Another sack for Noel Payne, his 2nd of the game to go along with 3 tackles for loss. Noel Payne has been the best player on this defense today, an absolute animal. 3rd and 20 now for Utah State. Gibson sacked once more. Lou Burt's Roy now gets to the quarterback, and Roy has had himself a very big game as well. Nick Gibson has taken a beating in that backfield, and that's how this game ends. A dominant win for Westlake, starting their title defense off strong, 66-14. Before we talk about how the quarterbacks played, statistically, this is one of the most complete games ever from this Westlake team. The Hornets racked up nearly 600 yards of total offense today, 599 yards to be specific, 361 of which were on the ground. Utah State had 49 yards of total offense, including negative 40 rushing yards. Negative 40. A lot of those are from sacks, but Westlake's run defense did not allow anything today. The Hornets defense will not continue to play this well because they have 10 underclassmen starting and they actually have good competition coming up. But wow, looking at the quarterback play, Anthony Cortez was flawless, and CC Vaughn, he was a little bit shaky early on, but Vaughn played better down the stretch, and I don't want to overreact after one game. This was the first career game for both of these guys. They've never played a college snap before, so I don't want to say either of them has the upper edge yet. Anthony Cortez will start next week, but CC Vaughn still has as good of a shot to win this battle. But regardless of who wins, this Westlake rushing attack is going to be great this year. Isaiah Sparks finished with 108 yards and 5 touchdowns. Irving Porter was really good too, 66 yards and a score. And Matt Miller only had 3 total touches today, but he was really good. He's not going to be getting 3 touches a game. Let me make that perfectly clear. I don't know why he got the ball so little today, but expect Miller to be a huge part of the offense going forward. So that'll end today's episode. Next time, the Hornets head down south to take on star junior quarterback Carmen Castellano in the number 5 ranked Texas Longhorns, in which should be a good battle. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.